to another episode of Ginger Force Apocalypse, the podcast. I'm Britt Rochelle.
And I'm Muffin.
And we're going to be going over some gaming news for the week of August 8th and some other fun new releases that are coming up, in the future. But first, of course, it's been a week. We got to catch up. What's up, bro?
Nothing really. A lot of dumb stuff at work. We just fired 2 people.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
One hasn't been to work for like a week and a half, so that's on his.
Yeah, that's a hella no-call, no-show.
And the other one was just like, I can't talk to people after I start a job. Man, fuck this shit, and walked out. So.
Like he wanted to be talking while fixing cars, like on Bluetooth, or
no, he wanted to stop mid-job, go out and talk with the customers, flirt with them, and then when he got yelled at, he got a write-up, and he's like, I'm not fucking signing that. Take it back or I'm quitting.
Uh-huh.
He didn't take it back, so he walked out.
I mean, he's not... He doesn't have to sign it, but that doesn't mean
he does.
Oh, he does? Okay.
But this is also the same guy that had just speedrunned, the downfall of his life.
Oh.
Like, any percentage.
You told me about that.
Yep.
Yeah. Or I think you or Ashley did. But
he's a very special child.
Very special. Yeah, sounds rough. Best wishes to that fella. I hope he gets his life together soon.
The 8-ball says, odds are not looking good.
The magic 8-ball.
What about you, Brittany? What have you been up to?
I've actually been up to some pretty fun stuff recently. I did skip my game stream Saturday morning. I think I was just up late Friday. And I woke up with a screaming headache, so I was like, it's not a good day for video games. I am not going to be entertaining right now. So I'm like, I put a message in the Discord and on Twitter, and I was like, I'll see you next week, fam. But I have been divulging more into a bit of Animal Crossing, admittedly. Been doing quite a bit of that. Not as much as I used to. I used to be able to binge that game. Like, I got a day off school one day because, I don't know, Martin Luther King Day or some other holiday, and I spent the whole day, like, picking weeds on Animal Crossing. But thankfully, I've elevated my gaming since then, so I still enjoy it. It's a fun little kind of wind down for the night game or whatever, but I pretty much could only play it for an hour at a time. And I usually only play it once or twice a day. Because, again, picking weeds, I'm really early game, so picking weeds is like early game,
bottom barrel,
boring ass shit, yeah.
It's funny that you say something about Animal Crossing. My wife had asked me last night that if I buy Animal Crossing on the Switch, if she would be allowed to play it, and I didn't even let her finish talking. She was like, if I ask you to buy me a game on the Switch, I was like, yes.
Ah, yay! And then she said Animal Crossing, and you were like,
and I was
damn.
like, I thought you were talking about like an actual game,
like Tears
not
of the
this
Kingdom
garbage,
or some shit.
But,
But no, that means her and I can play together. We can visit each other's islands, and it'll be very cute.
It's a start, so I'm going to work on getting her the game. Probably get her all the DLC for it, so that way she doesn't worry about anything.
Yeah. Munchie was just telling me, because I was like, I was telling her the same thing I'm telling you. I can only play it for like an hour at a time, and she's like, but if you get this DLC, you can design all the homes. And I'm like, I'm still working on mine, so I'm just gonna shelve that for later. I'm still working on... I only have one big room in my house right now. I just paid off my first Nook loan, so...
I feel like if I started playing that, I'd just do it like what we did in Pal World. Make a slave labor area. Everybody's bound inside the house, can't do nothing.
I mean, in theory, I guess you could do that if you just wait till like 3 or 4 in the morning, wait till everyone's asleep, and just build fencing around their house. See if that works. I've never thought of that, because I like my villagers and I want them to be my friends.
How to make them slaves, 101.
I mean, they won't do anything if they're locked in their houses, but...
Exactly. Then you get them to be super unhappy, and then as far as I know, you can evict them from the island.
You can evict them,
so
yes.
So then they're homeless.
Yay! In a way you can evict them. Basically, how evicting in Animal Crossing works, as far as I know, Munchie will correct me where I'm wrong, and that's go for it, girl. But no, As far as I know, because I had some villagers I didn't want on my island anymore, and my last... I'm on, like, my third island, because I've been playing on other people's Switches, and now I have my own, so I have my island now.
Ooh. You need to get a Demon Slayer. The Hinokami Kagura.
Okay.
It's on the Switch. It's just fighting.
Oh,
The
okay.
Demon Slayer game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Let's go. But no, how evicting works in Animal Crossing, to my memory, is you basically have to ignore them, because you can just walk up to them and say hi. So you basically ignore them, make it feel like you don't like them, and then you complain about them to Isabelle, and then after a certain amount of times of doing that, they'll just be kind of walking around with a thought bubble over their head, and they'll be like, that's when you talk to them, and you go, hey, what's up? And they go, I'm thinking about leaving the island. And you go, yes, leave, bye. And they're like, thanks for helping me make that decision. And then they're in boxes and on the way out.
That's what I'm talking about. You evict them,
Yep.
get them off the island, and then solitary. It's amazing.
Is it amazing?
Yes,
I think it's cute.
because then you can just level out the entire area.
Do what with it?
Sweatshops? I don't know. Someone's got to be making something for $1 an hour.
I guess. If only that's how the economy works. That's a DLC we need. The sweatshop Happy Home Sweatshop DLC.
New Horizons.
New Horizons.
Sweatshop edition.
It's the crossover we never needed.
Welcome to the Shatterdome, motherfucker.
But other than that, I have been meaning to get back into what's it called? Guitar. I delayed my own guitar development because it's a little. Sorry, the dogs. Anyways, the guitar is actually in rougher shape than I realized. I need to give it a good cleaning, and then I can get into Rocksmith. But I did go to Savannah Comic-Con on Sunday.
Yeah, I saw some pictures. How was that?
That was a good goddamn time, actually. It was, I think, a 2-day convention. It was only Saturday and Sunday, and I only went on Sunday, which is notoriously the slow day for cons. But it was actually a lot of fun. It was smaller, obviously. It's not, like, huge like Dragon Con or SDCC. But they saw some really good guests there. They had the Red Ranger. Like the OG Red Ranger from Power Rangers.
I was like, who is Red Ranger?
For the Power Rangers.
That's why I didn't say anything until you finished.
But I did not end up talking to him. I got a little intimidated because he was a little bit expensive. Like, it was just I mean, I could have just talked to him, but like for an autograph alone, it was like $80, which makes sense.
To sign a piece of paper?
Yup.
We could just forge his signature off the internet. You know, scan the page, we'll submit it, PDF signature sign, you know, and then reprint it, glue it to the top of the notebook.
Yeah, actually, I'll be right back, actually. I want to show you the shit I got at the con.
Alright.
Be right back!
And until then, you guys get to watch me masturbate.
God damn it.
Hours later.
Are you done fiercely masturbating, Josh?
I never started. If you would like to help me, though.
Alright. But yeah, so I actually did pay for some autographs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the first one was Ryan Drummond, who voiced Sonic in the games from 1998 to 2004. He signed a little keychain for me.
Nice.
$20. But yeah, it's really cool. Real signature, he signed it right in front of me. And he was really cool, because I was a little bit... I'm a huge fangirl, but I don't want to be like, I'm a huge fangirl! Ah! But I totally am.
Sorry, how does that go again?
That's like the girly giggly noise. If you've
That's
ever,
something, alright.
if you've ever heard a group of 13-year-old girls talk about anything they like, that's approximately what it sounds like.
Well, I guess I'll find out in 13 years.
Yes, you will. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, yes, you will.
Imagine, I'll be old by then.
You're like, let's say you're my age, so 13 years. You'll be like 40.
Yeah.
That's not that old.
That's middle age. I could have my middle age crisis.
You gotta pierce your nipples and get a motorcycle.
No, I already have a motorcycle.
So you're already halfway there.
I need like a Maserati or something.
Maserati. But no, he was really cool. I was actually really excited because he falls in the realm of like the Sonic games I played. I never played Sonic Adventure or anything like that, which is the first game he played, or he voiced in. But he did voice he was Sonic, and he did some voice work for Metal Sonic and Sonic Heroes, my favorite Sonic game. And I just kind of gushed about him, like, I love Sonic Heroes, I used to play it, it's literally the reason I wanted a PS2. And we've talked about that for a bit, which I felt good, because he gave me some props, because I was trying to, like, show off a little bit, be like, I know what I'm talking about in gaming. And so I mentioned, like, how I thought it was really cool in that game how the difficulty level went by team. So, like, you don't pick easy, normal, hard. You pick Team Rose, which is easy mode, Team Sonic, which is normal mode, Team Dark, which is the more difficult mode, or Team Chaotix, which is the same game, but it's, like, mission-based. So there's, like, a totally different way to play it. And I told him, like, I'm a little bummed to say this, but I never actually got to really hear your Metal Sonic work, because even on Team Rose, I never beat the damn game. And he was like, oh yeah, I mean, it happens. And I'm like, I think I could do it now, but I did find out later that PS2 is notoriously the worst port to play that game on, and that's what I had. And he's like, oh man, yeah, you were really playing on hard mode then already, didn't matter. No, I mean it was bad. Rail Canyon especially, there's like,
I played the game on PlayStation 2. It wasn't even that bad.
Even on Rail Canyon, when you try to switch rows and you just fall off?
Yeah. It's called adapting.
I adapted! I got past Rail Canyon!
She didn't adapt.
I did.
You know what?
I did, okay.
Get your VR fixed, set up, and we'll get you that Dreamcast emulator on there. You can play on your big bulb TV.
I could play Sonic Heroes in VR.
Yes, you can.
I'm so happy. But
I mean, hell, I played it and I started crying. So, like,
I want to play Sonic Heroes again really bad.
It wasn't even just the game. It was the whole, like, you start the emulator up and it's just, you're in your childhood room.
Oh, that's really sweet.
It's got that 90s, like, bulb Panasonic TV where you push it on and it does the static across the screen.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mine'd be a Sega Genesis. There's a game set thing you can buy. I don't know what to call it. You can buy on Steam. It's like Sega Genesis, whatever.
The RetroArch?
I think so.
RetroArch is free.
But the games are just cheap. Hang on, let me look this up. I'm gonna look up Echo the Dolphin.
I've seen that too. Once Human. We'll talk about that later though.
Echo the Dolphin. This game's, anyways, Sega Genesis Classic. That's what it is. You have to the Sega Mega Drive. That's what it is. The Sega Mega Drive, and you can buy like a bunch of cheap little games. Again, I bought Echo. It's like $1. But when you load up the Sega Mega Drive, it's like a bedroom, and every time you buy a game, the cartridge shows up on the shelf, and that's how you pick it. And it's really cute.
It's kind of the same thing for the emulator that I'm talking about, but like you full on grab the case and open it.
Oh, that's...
Pull the game
out.
out.
You do that like in VR?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute as hell.
And
Yeah, you gotta show me how to set that up.
You have a controller that you can set up to the headset itself, or just plug it into the computer, and you're just sitting there playing.
My heart. No,
Quick trip down nostalgia lane.
Yes. Oh my god, but no, this kind of like made my fucking day, because I was like, I asked him I also asked him like your standard, in my opinion, con questions, like, what's your favorite part about all of this, about having voiced this character? And he was like, well, this is a pretty cliche answer, but it's like meeting the fans, and the community's really cool, and I get free chili dogs.
Free chili dogs.
And he was like, Sonic's kind of like tattooed on my heart, so like it holds a special place. And then, so I was like, but would you ever get it tattooed on your body? I don't know if I mentioned his name, but Ryan Drummond is the fellow I'm talking about. But and he said Sonic was like tattooed on his heart, so I asked him if he'd ever get it tattooed on his body. And he was like, no, probably not. I have enough Sonic in my life. And I was like, that's fair. And I mentioned, I showed him like 2 of my tattoos. I showed him my one up on my hip and my ankle peach. Because I was like, oh, I've got like 4 tattoos. I'd get a Sonic tattoo, but I probably wouldn't get the character. I'd get like the triad Sonic Hero symbol, more like him.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'll pull it up for reference.
It's 3 rings, right?
Yep, I can. Just look up Sonic Heroes. Also, the intro song is fucking iconic. Here we go. Like, I get this.
Yeah, I played this on the PSP.
I had it on the PS2, but I would get this, but not with Sonic Heroes. It would just be the 3 rings. Yeah. But the really cool thing, the tattoo conversation actually evolved into something really, really cool because I told him like my story about, I call it my haunted prison peach because I got it done in a haunted prison, and he was like, he knew where Mansfield.
What?
I never told you that story?
No.
Oh, I'll tell you that story. I'll tell you later. It's a little bit of a different. It's a little bit of an aside, but I'll tell you later. But yeah, I got it done at the Mansfield Penitentiary at a music festival called Incarceration, and he knew where Mansfield was, and I was like, what was it? He mentioned he was from Lima, Ohio, and I'm like, that's really cool. I lived in the Bowling Green area for like 4 years. And I grew up in like a small town smack dab in the middle of Columbiana County. And I told him like it's closer to Cleveland. I'm like, it's actually closer to Youngstown, but no one knows where Youngstown is. And he's like, I know where Youngstown is. And I'm like, yes.
All right, close to home then.
Yep. It is that was really cool. But the coolest part was like the last bit of the conversation was really neat because what was it? Oh yeah, I asked him. Like, at first I was like, were you bummed? And I'm like, well, before I get presumptuous, when the live-action Sonic movies were out, did they even approach you to do the voice? Like, again, the guy who did the Sonic voice actor was fine, but, like, you're not dead. Like, yeah. And he was like, he mentioned, like, they never reached out to him to voice Sonic, and he and 3 other Sonic voice actors, because he did it up until 2004, and he didn't do the cartoons, he mainly did the games. And obviously there have been a slew of games since then and shows and stuff. So he mentioned that he's actually been in contact with like 3 other Sonic voice actors, and they all reached out to their agents. They were like trying to get in contact with Paramount to be like, dude, you will make money if you cast us in your movie because everyone wants to see like a version of their Sonic in a live action film like this.
Yeah. They
don't care about the Hollywood big name blockbuster bullshit. Like. That's how I put it.
No, I get
yeah, I'm putting it a little bit more indelicately. He was very well spoken and nice about it, but that's how I put it.
Alright, listen here, people. You got a voice that you need, but you ain't getting the people that you need.
And we all kind of, like, again, he was very respectful. I don't want to start spreading shit about Ryan Drummond or anything like that. But, no, we agreed. We compared it to, like, the fact that Chris Pratt voiced Mario in the live-action Mario movie. Yeah, that look on your face, is pretty much all of us. And we're like, okay, like, we like Chris Pratt fine, but the original Mario voice actor is not dead. You could put him in the movie, especially since Chris Pratt made a big hairy deal about the fact he's not gonna do the Mario accent. And we're all like, cool, then don't if you're not gonna do your...
don't do it.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do your job, then get out. That's my opinion. I think that was everyone's opinion, though. Like...
Don't like it, get out.
Yeah, and it was just a really cool conversation, and, like, I bought my little keychain from him, and I don't have this on my keys for obvious reasons, because this will get scratched up, and I am gonna lacquer it so that it stays longer, so I'm actually being super gentle with it, as I haven't lacquered it quite yet. Yeah. But I have it hung up on, like, I would cry. I would hit you so hard, and I would not let Munchie edit it out. I feel like this is getting violent. I would get violent.
The immediate silence is what got me.
I had to check.
The fact that you thought I would actually do that to you.
No, I don't
crazy.
think you would, but I still have to be cautious.
I won't do that to you.
No, I know.
You got like dirt or something on it already.
It was in my glove box for a little bit. We went out for ramen after. Me and my buddies. It was a good day. But we also met the voice actor for, or not the voice actor. No. Upgrades. Thank you.
Trying to be nice and set it
down.
down.
I know, you just gotta set it down right. But it wasn't a voice actor. Tyler Mane was there as well. I'm not as familiar with his body of work. Mm-hmm. But I did just see him in Deadpool and Wolverine as Sabretooth. So that was pretty cool. And my friend I was with, he was like, oh man, like, it's so cool that he's here. He needed way more screen time in that movie. And I was like, go tell him. He's right there. Let's go. And so we had a little chat. I felt a little bad. I didn't have as much to talk to him about because, again, I've literally only seen him in the one movie. But he's mostly like a horror action guy. Like he played Michael Myers in the Rob Zombie Halloween film, so that was pretty cool. Halloween, like Mike Myers.
Yeah, I don't watch those kinds of movies.
I don't really either, but I thought he's enough in like the cultural zeitgeist. I thought. Yeah, let me look up Michael. You'll know who he is when you look at him.
I know the name, like I know the face and everything, but like I don't know the actors.
No, Michael Myers is just the character again. Yeah. Let me look him up. Michael Myers. Only look up the Tyler Mane version. Yeah, he's still wearing the damn mask, but at least just for reference. Oh, I didn't realize he was a professional wrestler. See, this is why I gotta do my damn research. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
There we go. That's hot.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's their wedding day. That's even better.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it. But
Yeah, but no, this is the guy, and I gotta say, I hope I don't remember if I did, but I hope I complimented him on his beard, because it's like that.
It's a fluffy beard.
This is a bit shorter. Let me look up Tyler Mane 2024.
Alright, hell, when mine was fully grown out, it was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, his is more. Yeah, this is more recent, obviously. Okay, but this is closer to what it looked like when I saw him. Just immaculate beard, and again, he's a very large guy. I shook his hand, and again, it was like. But no, he's a very sweet guy. It was very cool. He thought it was sweet that we liked his Sabretooth performance so much, and he did kick ass as Sabretooth. Let me do one more thing. Tyler Mane's Sabretooth. It was a really cool battle. You gotta see Deadpool and Wolverine. Come on. There we go.
Man, those eyebrows.
Yeah, those eyebrows are epic. So, and I guess he was, I haven't watched the early X-Men movies, so he was actually reprising his role. The more you know.
I've seen all the X-Men movies, like just...
I haven't. I want to now. I really do, but I haven't.
Wow.
I know.
And you consider yourself a nerd.
Look, okay, I'm behind on my nerddom a bit, but, yeah.
A bit? Everybody knows who that guy is. Shame on you.
Well, I met him,
Shame
so,
on you. I am disappointed.
But another really cool one, moving on, to maybe make you a little bit less disappointed. Remember last week when we were talking about sub versus dub? So I met Stephanie Naldoni, who is the American voice actress for Kid Goku in the English dub of Dragon Ball, and also voice a myriad of other characters, like she was Baby Trunks as well, which I thought was adorable, because when I walked up to her booth, and she was like really sweet. She was like, hi, and she I was wearing like a Dragon Ball shirt, so she was like, hey, I like your shirt, and I was like, yay, ice broken.
That's all it took. Yes.
Yes, nailed it. Anyway, but we chatted a bit about Dragon Ball. I haven't finished it yet. But I did mention, like, we do a podcast. We were just talking about the English dub and all.
You haven't finished it yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm working on it.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
The disappointment increases.
But I was like, I'm a big fan, and it was really cute, because I was like, I looked at her, she had a little, like, piece of paper there with all her roles she played. I'm like, oh, you were Baby Trunks as well? That's awesome. I didn't know that. And she immediately just was like, ah, and made, like, the cutest little baby noise I've ever heard. And I was like, that's adorable. And I got this nice little side print. And she asked if I should put my name on it, or she asked if she should put my name on it. I'm like, yes, please, I love that. She asked me how to spell it, and, so I told her how to spell it. Also, look, she dots her eyes with hearts, and it's fucking adorable.
As most women do.
But she...
I mean, that one just kind of looks like a V, but...
It's a heart. She even wrote Goku down below on there. And she complimented me on the spelling, so I have to call my mom now and be like, I know you don't watch anime, but this voice actor complimented your work.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Ma! You made it! But it was really cool because she was like, wow, I really actually like that spelling, because, like, it makes sense. It's two T's, so it's not Brightney, but it's not, like, A-N-Y, so it's not Brittany. And I'm like, that's literally my mom's logic. That's literally why she spelled it the way she did. So that's really cool that you recognize that. And she's like, look at us nerds talking about, like, phonetics. And I'm like, I know, right? Actually, I'm really into like learning languages, so I love talking about phonetics and languages and composition and all that. And I gestured to me and my friends. We're actually working on learning German right now. And she was like, oh, my assistant speaks German. And I was like, oh, sprechen Sie Deutsch? And it was like a short little exchange. I'm not very conversational yet in my German. But we had a little exchange. I asked, oh, you speak German? He said, yeah, I do. How, what's up? How are you? I'm very good, thank you. That kind of thing. And then she was like, I'm more of a Spanish speaker myself. I grew up in Texas. And I'm like, oh, yo hablo un poquito español. And she basically shit-talked KFC and talked about how much better pollo fresco is than, like, anything. And we had a little exchange about chicken, essentially. And she was like, I was like, yo prefiero hago mi pollo. Like, I prefer to make my own chicken in my kitchen. And she's like, pollo fresco, right? I'm like, yeah, obviously. It was really cool.
How many languages are you trying to learn?
All of them. Right now, I know I'm pretty conversational in Spanish because I took it in high school, and working at the car dealership, I was able to practice it a bit more because, in Savannah there's a lot of Spanish speakers.
There's a lot of Spanish speakers out here too. We get them all the time.
Oh wow. Well, I don't work with the public anymore, so I don't have as much.
I mean, technically you do. It's
true.
Just digital.
It's true, and I do actually have a lot of fans that I speak to do speak Spanish, so I do get to flex that a little bit, and it's really cool. And my German, actually. When you put it in perspective, I actually do get a lot more practice in both languages.
Just remember, once you hit 7 languages, you are on an FBI watch list.
Okay. If that's why I'm on a watch list, I'm okay with that.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, let's go! That's a goal now! But no,
oh my god.
But,
FBI. Hello?
FBI. But no, so yeah, I know a bit of Spanish, so I just want to kind of expand on that. Currently learning German. After that, I want to learn Japanese. And hence, I get that. I think that was part of my argument as to sub over dub, so that I could kind of learn, like, the way that the...
You'll never catch me watching anime with subs.
But no, what was it? Yeah, I want to learn Japanese. Once I get a hang on Japanese, I think learning Russian will be a bit easier. But one of the more, obviously I don't know if I mentioned, but I sign. I do a bit of sign language. A weirder one I'd like to learn is actually like Gaelic, like
I'm like halfway through the lesson on Rosetta Stone for Gaelic.
Nice. I know Sláinte. That's about all I know. Or Share Awaleru. I can't pronounce it right. Share Awaleru, I think. It's a song by Celtic Woman I'm obsessed with. It's actually a pretty classic Irish song. It's just I like Celtic Woman's rendition best. But yeah, so that was a really cool con. I got some cool snacks as well. I don't get Pocky at cons anymore because you can just get it unless it's like a really random weird flavor that you can't get at like Five Below.
Yeah.
But I do like getting Kit Kats. Did not get any Kit Kats this time. But I did get some like freeze-dried, I got freeze-dried peanut butter cream pie, which I probably won't buy again. I don't get the freeze-dried hype. They actually let me sample some of the freeze-dried gummy candies. I wasn't a fan. Stuck to my teeth too much. Didn't love the texture. And the cookies were good, especially when you like dip it in milk or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I get it's one of those like trends. It's like the popular snack right now. I'm just not. If you like it, you like it. I'm not on board with it.
So what she's saying is you guys just have really weird tastes and you need to stop.
I mean, you tell me that all the time, so.
Because I'm trying to save you from the harm that you're doing.
Yeah, the peanut butter and chocolate on naan bread is so harmful.
Because it is! Who puts... No, okay, peanut butter and chocolate on naan bread. Y'all understand how weird that is?
It was delicious, okay? It was so good.
I brought the hummus and everything, and you're out here just...
Peanut butter jelly time!
And you were just chowing down.
It was really good.
Weird.
But no, that was a good... I can't wait for the next con, because, I mean, it's fun and all. I really like big cons. Like, I went to Colossal at the beginning of June. And if I can get to Dragon Con next month, I will, but if not, I'll just aim for next year. But, yeah, I actually kind of want to write an article about it. I don't know if we've talked about this a whole lot yet, but the Ginger Force Apocalypse, we want to expand. We were talking to, like, expand to, like, a magazine or, like, a local zine or something. Yeah,
It was not brought up.
Oh, well, shit. Well, there you go. It's coming soon, hopefully. But no, I want to write an article about not underestimating your local cons. Because everyone talks about, like, San Diego Comic-Con and Dragon Con, because those are, like, the two biggest cons in the U.S. But, like, local cons are super fun, too. And then you have, like, little fun experiences, like meeting your childhood voice actors. So show off the Sonic and the Goku one more time.
I was very happy about these two things.
I'm getting a frame for this one.
I would.
I ordered it on Amazon. It'll be in today, and it'll go up somewhere cool, like on my wall.
Somewhere, like on the wall. Yes, that's generally where frames go, Brittany.
Or on a table.
No, because if it's on a table, then it takes up table room, and then if it falls over, it could break. Gotta think.
Actually, I have a print I got at a I think it was like Akron Comic Con back in like 2016. I have a signed print from the author of The Crow, James O'Barr, and that it hurts my heart that you don't know this. Also, the remake looks really bad, but that's probably next episode. I'm disappointed. Anyways, maybe we should move on to news. Support your local cons, meet some cool people, see some cool stuff.
Grab someone's titties.
No, cosplay does not equal consent. We don't do that here.
A lot of the times it does. What are you talking about?
No,
yeah, see, she over here like,
But no, I guess the last thing I wish I need to I need to budget more for like the big ticket shit though, because they did have some really cool like metal weapons. They had a pretty solid Oathkeeper, which is Kyrie's Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. Yep. It was pretty awesome. They also had some really cool, I should have taken pictures of it, but the like blades that Kratos uses in God of War, those. They actually had two versions of them from two different games, so that was pretty fucking stellar.
Pretty sure there's a 3D print file that you can do that allows you to pack it in sand and mold it yourself.
Oh, that sounds well like 3D print forge.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome.
You use the mold of the plastic to, make the outline in the sand, and then you clamp it together and pour melted metal in there. And it comes out and it's a solid blade.
That's pretty freaking dope. It's amazing what 3D printing can accomplish nowadays.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy. If only I knew how to forge.
I do. Ooh, that could be a future goal. Just build a forge in your backyard.
I don't have enough room for that. I'm gonna have to expand the fence for that.
Do it. That sounds.
That's $9,000 that I don't have.
Well, I don't know. Get good, scrub lord.
No, you're right.
Just
Let's
pull
go
out
ahead.
$9,000 out of savings that you totally, obviously have.
Yeah.
I also totally have that lying around. I'll just lend you the money.
I mean, I can just get that out of my LLC, right?
Yeah.
I'll just request a business fund.
Yeah. My friend's dad Jerry, he's got a pretty substantial yard, and this doesn't take up as much space. But he built like 10, 12 years ago in his backyard. He's just got like a homemade pizza oven in his backyard that he built, and
that's pretty neat.
no, he's like a small town homesteader is the best way I could put it, because he. Like, I grew up with his son, and, actually, I kind of talk to him more than I talk to his son nowadays, but, no, he's always just been a really cool, chill dude. But he has, since he got, unfortunately, he went through a divorce, like, quite a few years ago, and he just, yeah, he just decided, I'm just gonna do everything myself with my hands from scratch now, and he changed his home, like just your standard like paneling, whatever, and it's now a log cabin. It's huge now. It's got like multiple stories and shit. He's got that brick oven in the backyard. He makes his own like pizza dough. He does everything from scratch, but himself by hand, and he's just insane. He's always been like insanely wickedly talented at like, and really supportive, like any hobby his kids had. It was like, oh, my daughter likes Hunger Games. Here, bow and arrow set. You're gonna learn archery. Like,
hey, that's pretty cool though.
He's a really cool dad. He's a shout out, Jerry. You're the bomb, man. I love you, Jerry. No, I love you, man. But yeah, he's just a really cool dude. I go up and see him every time I go home. Yeah, let's that's a little bit of an aside. Let's get into some. There's not a whole lot.
Hell tangents.
There's a whole lot of. Well, there's not a whole lot of gaming news really.
No, not really.
No. But we can get into. We got some upcoming Game Pass games with no release date you pulled up. I've been jawing for a minute. Why don't you give me a break?
Well, I mean, there's not much to talk about. A lot of these we've already said something about. Specifically Doom Dark Ages.
I'm so stoked for that though.
Still no set date, but 2025.
I think I'm most excited. I know we watched the trailer a couple episodes ago. I think I'm most excited about that gun that you put the skull in and it grinds it up and shoots it out as bullets. I cannot wait to acquire that gun. And also I'm definitely putting Doom Eternal on my list for the upcoming fall so I can be caught up before that game comes out.
How many games of Doom have you played?
2016.
Finish?
Doom 2016.
That's it.
That's it. I know there's a lot of games preceding that, but as long as I play Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I'll be good. Right? Right?
Sure.
Good enough for me.
I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, how many Doom games have you played?
All of them.
Oh, I'm actually really proud of you for that. Nerd cred achieved. We should make you a nerd card.
I have one.
Do you do? Well, whip it out. Where's it at?
At home.
Oh, okay, damn.
And it's also not camera friendly.
Oh, you have to send a picture of it to me later then. I'll show it off on my special stream. But no, looks like, what's Contraband? That looks interesting though. I don't think we've talked about that. A new co-op open world for PC and Xbox.
Drugs.
We got an official announcement trailer at least.
Hell yeah.
They take on the roles of smugglers, exploring the fictional Southeast Asian world of 1970s beyond.
Drugs.
I mean, I'm into this kind of stuff.
She's into drugs.
No.
Not at all.
It's my recital.
Yeah.
I think it's very vital.
I'm glad we both went there, though.
Yes. Is he dead?
No, he's welding.
Okay, I wasn't sure if this whole thing's just like a freeze frame.
Look, there's Contraband. Didn't tell us anything about what the game is other than a co-op.
I mean, seems like something we'll probably play though. I like the vibe of it.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole point though. It's an announcement trailer. It's like a teaser trailer. So, I guess when the next trailer comes out, we'll take a look at it. Let's see what. Yeah, we talked about Doom a bit. I think we already talked about the PlayStation games for the month. Oh no, these are the premium games list. What do we got here? Yeah, because we did talk about the monthly games. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach will be out, or is out already. Ender Lilies and Lego Star Wars. They have not announced the classics. That'll be announced during August. Yeah.
The further down you go, the earlier in the years.
Oh, the earlier or the later? It looks like I'm seeing.
It goes like in between, but like.
That's a weird way to organize.
Yeah.
Oh, it's they have it alphabetically. That's so lame. I
mean, you could always just Control F and filter it by 2024 and just go through the list.
And go for it, man. You got this, boo.
Gotta give it to the technologically inclined person.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
159.
Woohoo! We don't need to go through all of these.
I'm just trying to find something that's in August.
Right. Why don't we just look up August 2024 then?
God, that works.
It is, isn't it?
No, because then you'd have to put in the center date.
Oh.
Goofy.
You're a goof.
I mean, we could just.
Yeah, just August, and if it's 2023, we skip it. 90, there we go, much shorter list, and half of these aren't even games. Yeah, those are the essential games.
That's 2022.
Now it's Bug Snacks! Speaking of Bug Snacks, we can talk about Bug Snacks 2!
Yeah, you're, what, it's coming out later this year?
October 15th! I'm so excited.
You know what else is coming out in October?
Dragon Ball Z! Sparking Zero! Oh, that right. Something I forgot to mention about Stephanie Naldoni, the Goku voice actor I talked to. She, I did ask her if she was doing any voices for Sparking Zero. She said no, it's too late for that. But I guess there is an upcoming Dragon Ball series she's trying to get hired for. She's being optioned for it. So yeah, we'll look out for the next Dragon Ball series coming out post, probably next year, I think is what she said, so. I wish I remembered the name of it. I think it started with a G, but I don't remember, dude. I should have been like, hang on, what was that? Was this an insider tip?
Hi, my name's Brittany with the podcast. Can you tell us a little bit about the TV show?
Dude, I want us to get to that. We need to be able to do that. Just be like, we need our microphones with the GFAP logo and just be like, hey, can we record this for our podcast?
That's a bit ridiculous that we haven't done that already.
No, I think that'll be a good goal for next year, is start like planning con trips and doing that. That'd be great. Get some really...
I couldn't find anything in this year for PlayStation.
We'll just skip it
PlayStation's
then.
garbage.
Oh, okay. Well, here's something is also garbage. Let's talk about this and we'll go back to Bugsnax. But Game Informer is shutting down. That came up on my Twitter the other day.
After 33 years.
Yep, they're laying off every single one of their employees. So there's not going to be Game Informer the magazine, no Game Informer the website. You just have to go to Game Rant or somewhere else for your gaming news. But this is one of the oldest running or the longest running ones.
Yeah.
I guess it's not surprising. I didn't realize it was owned by GameStop. So.
I kind of figured it was, because anytime I'd, do anything at GameStop, they'd try to hand me a Game Informer magazine. I go, no, I'm good.
So it's your fault.
It's not my fault. I don't pay for it.
Exactly. No, in its statement posted to X, the publication did not give a reason for the shutdown. GameStop didn't immediately reply to a request for comment from The Verge. Last year, GameStop CEO and Chairman Ryan Cohen told staff that every expense of the company must be scrutinized under a microscope and all waste eliminated. So, they're laying off everybody. Just no more Game Informer. The full shutdown statement comes from the X account, aka Twitter, and Game Informer subscription page. The final level, farewell from Game Informer. After 33 thrilling years of bringing you the latest news, reviews, and insights from the ever-evolving world of gaming, it is with a heavy heart that we announce the closure of Game Informer.
Ooh.
From the early days of pixelated adventures to today's immersive virtual realms, we've been honored to share this incredible journey with you, our loyal readers. While our presses may stop, the passion for gaming that we've cultivated together will continue to live on. Thank you for being part of our epic quest, and may your own gaming adventures never end. Very well worded, and you will be missed, Game Informer, by many games all over the world, virtual and otherwise.
It's kind of sad. My daughter will never understand what, Game Informer was or anything.
Well, that's where you do have the Wayback Machine you can introduce her to, and you can always get older issues.
She will be a pirate by the time she is of age to mess with anything on the internet.
Exactly. Then there are, I'm sure you can go on eBay and get, people will collect these things.
I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. If it's gone, I'm not paying for it.
Well, then you just gave me a great idea for future Christmas presents. I will gift her some old school Game Informers, and she'll be educated.
I think I have 6 in the desk somewhere, and that's it.
Well, then there you go. Put them together for her, wrap them in a bow, and be like, this is what game news used to be in the olden days when I was a boy.
And then she's gonna pull up her phone, and the hologram is gonna pop out and be like, sure, Dad, whatever.
Well, physical again. I feel like you and the wifey will do a good job, just introducing her to physical media and really just making her a young curmudgeon about it. Like, oh, I don't want it on my computer. I want a disc. It's like retro, like all the hipsters. Like
a disc being retro is crazy.
I know, right? I was gonna say it's like the modern hipsters just buying vinyl. Like, it sounds better on vinyl. She's gonna be like, it sounds better on CD.
If I ever hear that come out of her mouth, I swear that CD player will see God. I will throw it into the atmosphere if need be.
You gotta do it. Yeet it and go, pull!
Fuck that, I'll just run it over with a dirt bike. 6 times, just...
It's like, there'll be no hipsters in my home.
None. Unifi's dead. Yes, it is!
Yes, it is! It's okay, her first car will have a CD player. It'll be like an old...
No, it won't. All the new cars don't have CD players.
That's what her first car is going to be, a brand new car.
It's either going to be The Nissan, or it's gonna be the Mini.
Let's say if you get her, like, by the time she's ready to drive, like, a 2016 will be an Oldsmobile, so, like, 2016...
Wow. Way to age both of us. Jesus
look,
Christ.
The way technology moves, you know I'm not wrong.
No, but if you think about it this way, any of the Call of Duty games, 2025, there's flying cars, there's all that.
Mm-hmm.
We're 4 months away from 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Where the hell's these flying cars? Where's the jetpacks?
In development. And jetpacks exist.
Look, China is not considered development. They're developmentally challenged.
Look, jetpacks do exist, for one.
Yes, for military usage. However, I don't know how you would feel about strapping a turbine to your back and just...
Look, we all know how that went playing Lethal Company, so I probably won't. Remember when
Yeah, I know.
it exploded?
Then again, nobody else got to use the jetpack,
Yeah,
so...
I felt really bad about that. I didn't... We'll get a group together, we'll do really good, and I just won't touch the jetpack.
The only group that we did well with are the people we shall not name.
Yeah, the people we unfortunately, we are on hiatus from. That's a good way to put it. They are on hiatus. That's okay.
Unfortunately.
Let's go to Bugsnax 2.
Yes, go on about your game. Tell me all about it.
Well, this is an ideas wiki, so I'm really hoping this is accurate. We couldn't find like an actual announcement for it, so God willing, this is real. But I'm excited about the concept. It's Bugsnax 2: The City, an American puzzle game developed by Young Horses and being released October 15th. So, knock on wood that actually happens, because I quite enjoyed Bugsnax. It's the perfect mix of, like, it's moderately horrific, but it's also really cute. Like, they all look like goddamn Muppets. Like Sesame Street characters. They really do. And they all have really weird names. Like the one farmer guy who's having a spat with his wife is named Wambus. Like,
Wambus.
And Philbo is the mayor. But no, the synopsis of it is that it's set 6 months after Bugsnax. Philbo's running for mayor of New Grump City as the journalist, that's the character you play, is helping his campaign when suddenly Bugsnax begin to emerge, tempting the non-wise citizens to eat them. As a result, Philbo tasks the journalist with trying to catch the Bugsnax so they can destroy them, while the journalist learns of a conspiracy known as the Snackalites. Yeah, the Snackalites were introduced into some DLC that I actually haven't played. I played the base game, and I played the Isle of Big Snacks, but there's like I don't remember exactly what it's called, but there's a DLC, and they hint at it a bit at the end of the game, but there's like a DLC that gives you an extra room on the island that you can like explore, and it goes a bit more into it, but it's basically like, it's kind of like the Illuminati, but they call it like the Grumpinati, because they're grumps is what they call it. They're the species of thing that you play, they're grumps, or grumpuses.
Now imagine a child playing this. Daddy, what's the Illuminati?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, again, it's moderately horrific in terms of like, I don't know, the ending threw me for a loop. It's really weirdly gross. And it's interesting. I like that they're playing off of what they tease at the end, because the ending, spoilers, if you care about spoilers for Bugsnax, you're supposed to be like, the island that you're on is destroyed because it turns out the Bugsnax themselves are actually quite parasitic, and they're trying to like take you over, which again, it's hinted at throughout the game, like as you eat the Bugsnax, which are like kind of living but not really sentient, I guess. But like there's, say if you eat, it's called a Queeble, and it kind of just looks like a walking kiwi with a nose, with a spoon sticking out its face like its nose. If you eat it, then you can turn part of your body into something that looks like a kiwi. That's where the kind of weird like body horror thing comes from. And the point is, again, to get you, they're all really cute, and they're supposed to be like super delicious, and the point is to get yourself addicted to them so that they can take you over and to spread their bug snackage all over the world.
This sounds like a very childish version of Alien.
That's pretty accurate, actually, I think. But so yeah, the end of the game, the island's supposed to be destroyed. But if you watch through all the credits after you and your friends, if they survived, have watched if
they survive,
there's an aspect to that. That is an aspect, because if you don't play the ending right, it could just be you and Philbo and not the rest of your friends. People,
Wow.
yeah, there's a couple different endings you can get, but it all accumulates pretty much to the same thing. It's just a matter of how many of your friends survive. All of mine survived. I played the game I played the completionist, so I made friends with everybody, and they all believed me when I told them, "Don't eat the fucking snacks," and they're like, "Okay." But
There's always one.
There's always one. Well, I mean, I was kind of mean to one of my friends. But that's a different story.
What?
Yeah.
No, you're never mean to people.
Never.
Look how innocent you are.
So innocent. Angelic, really. But no, there's and once you get through all the credits rolled, the symbol of Bugsnax is like a strabby, which is like a walking strawberry. And this is under the presumption that you've destroyed the island and the Bugsnax are gone. Once you get through the credits, a little strabby crawls up on the shore. And it's like, oh no, the infestation's not over. And so they're kind of, building on that with this game. And
Interesting.
I'm really excited about that. Everyone, at least, I've trolled the Bugsnax Reddits and I've been on Twitter. We've all been wanting a sequel and been musing about what we might want a sequel to be. And I think this is that. So I'm excited about it. Hella stoked, really.
I'm glad you're so emphatic about this.
I don't know. Something about it. I'm obsessed with things that look like food, anyways. So this game is literally up my alley, in my wheelhouse, and it's puzzles. So I like puzzles because the main mechanic of the game is you're running around hunting Bugsnax. So you have to figure out what they like and ways to attract them so you can capture them.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I think it's on Game Pass if you want to give it a shot.
I don't know about that one. We'll look into it.
We will look into it. In other gaming news, it was FNAF week this week. Again, neither of us are huge on Five Nights at Freddy's. I've only played one of the games, 2 if you count DLC as its own game. Because I played Security Breach and the Ruin DLC. And I did used to watch the Markiplier playthroughs and all that. I know he and PewDiePie are big factors in why the game's so popular to begin with.
Right.
But yeah, it was FNAF week, and there were some really cool announcements made, and including there are 5 it says new Five Nights at Freddy's game teased for 2025, which will be the first mainline release since Help Wanted 2, which I did not play Help Wanted. I didn't play Help Wanted 2. It does look cute though. It's basically the simulator of what it'd be like to work there, other than a security guard, making pizza and fixing shit and all that.
I know that's on VR. I've seen quite a few people play that.
I think that's mainly why I haven't played it. I don't really have I have an Oculus, but I don't play it very often, and it's not mine. So I'm I don't know.
Do a giveaway.
Yeah, let's go. No, I'm not gonna give it away. But let's see. It's called Five Nights at Freddy's: Secret of the Mimic, launching next year. The Mimic is a character in Five Nights at Freddy's canon that was initially introduced in Tales from the Pizzaplex, an anthology series of short horror novels set within the FNAF universe. The Mimic was an antagonist in one such novel, and his story culminated in the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin as a primary antagonist. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually, if I am gonna play any Five Nights at Freddy's game, it's gonna be related to Security Breach, because I actually did have a lot of fun with that one. I thought it was the most well fleshed out plot wise.
Right.
Which is funny, seeing as from other reports I've heard, it was one of the lesser fleshed out ones game wise. There was a lot of stuff that they wanted to put in. Some mini games you can play is Gator Golf, where it's a mini golf thing. And there's also Fazbear Blaster, which is laser tag, but Freddy Fazbear themed. And they wanted to put other mini games the racing game and everything in there. That's good. But no, they wanted to put more mini games like that in there, but the game was so damn rushed that they're well, we'll just put it up for construction. And the literally part of the game is exploring some areas of the Pizzaplex that are still under construction, and you just can't play it. But you can explore it against part of the missions, but you can't race go-karts or anything.
Boring.
I mean, it's fun.
I don't know. Racing go-karts is pretty fun.
It is, and again, there's 5 Laps at Freddy's that's out now, I think. It's a FNAF racing game. But yeah, with Secret of the Mimic, fans are not only getting more insight into the Mimic, but also the entire franchise as a whole, as the exact date the game is set could open the game up to explore stories previously unavailable. And it looks like we do have some some pictures from it, like teasers. And the Mimic was actually a really cool concept for a boss. Yeah, that you pretty much run from that at the end of the Ruin DLC. And part of the scary thing of the Ruin game, expansion, whatever you want to call it, is you're playing as Gregory this time. Or no, you play as Gregory both times. That's right. Anyway, so getting my facts straight. You play as Gregory again, except you have to go back to the Pizzaplex because I guess you've got a friend that decided she was going to be a dumb little kid, like dumb little kids are, and explore this abandoned, dilapidated area. But go figure, she's in trouble, and you have to go find her via like radio and basically a weird VR headset face mask thing. And you can you explore. It's a really weird mix of like live and VR thing, like the worlds kind of mix a bit, and it's actually a pretty cool mechanic. I liked it fine, but the big twist at the end, spoilers. The big twist at the end is that the little girl was never there to begin with, and that Mimic thing was trying to draw Gregory back in to kill him.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and it's actually, I saw it coming, admittedly. It's a pretty easy twist to guess, but it still was pretty well done, especially, again, if you're kind of newer to the genre, because all throughout, you're talking to her throughout this whole time, but then you get, like, through walkie-talkie, and then at the end, it's like, Gregory, where are you? I told you not to go. It's like, I've been looking for you for, like, this whole time. No, I wasn't there at all. You know, like, it's one of those. Again, if you're familiar with the horror genre, it is pretty easy to guess, but I'm like, yeah, I saw that coming. But
From a mile away.
From a mile away, but it's still, for what it is, well done. And I think if they actually do good and develop the game, this does have potential to be a pretty good Five Nights at Freddy's game. So, I'll keep an eye out for it.
And so will,
So will Munchie.
Yeah.
Munchie will keep us on top of it. There's also a new Five Nights at Freddy's crossover coming. Apparently it was a long time coming. Let's see. Oh yeah, the My Pop Goes spin-off game is something Munchie's been enjoying. A demo for The Joy of Creation, free choose your own adventure novel, and a rare interview with the creator Scott Cawthon. These are all things that have been announced this week for FNAF week, but what people are really, really excited about is apparently a Dead by Daylight crossover. I admit, again, I'm not really deep into either fan franchise, so I did not realize this was a long time coming, but hey, there you go. If you like both games, they'll be together next summer. I guess Dead by Daylight, yeah, I guess I could see how the two worlds could collide. Because that Gregory fella. Yeah.
Well, never a fan of Dead by Daylight either, but
no.
You know, I know a lot of people that are. They'll be pretty excited about that, I guess.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Alright, we do have a couple other things to wrap this one up. Kindergarten 3 was announced. A long-awaited threequel to the Kindergarten series. We do have a trailer here that we're going to watch and comment on. Admittedly, I don't know the audience quite for this kind of game.
We were both extremely lost on this game.
We were a bit lost on this one. We're trying to expand and learn some things about some genres maybe we didn't know about. But we did already watch the trailer for this one, but we can still like make a little commentary on it. The plot seems to be that you are a kindergarten student and experiencing kindergarten from the eyes of a kindergartner. But there are some offbeat horror elements, like, okay, once it comes back. Yeah, see, like, we got the cute little rhyming teacher, we got a creepy janitor who's an amputee that won't stop bleeding.
There's a dead body in a trash bag behind the desk.
Decapitated eldritch horror, yeah. Do you not know what that is? Oh, that's rude. I like that it says Home of the Ducks, but it's covered so that it might be Home of the Books. I feel like Romeo and Juliet's a little bit weird for a
dated for a kindergartner?
I mean, I don't
notice the kids playing in the acid on the left?
Oh yeah, that goo is a big part of the game. Let's see. Yeah, the again offbeat nurse who's smoking cigarettes, even though that's... I guess that's been illegal for a long time, but that also kind of shows where the game is. Let's talk about the alligator in the pond out back.
The one kid throwing stones at the one black girl playing in the
Rude.
The garden.
Very rude. Nom. You see, just nom nom nom. And he needs to be fired and locked up. Let's be real. I don't.
All the kids are just watching.
So is the lunch lady. Like.
Where'd the kid go?
You got lunch money. So, yeah, this is the third game in the series, so it does have a fan base. And if you're excited, put it on your wish list. It's gonna be available on Steam.
It has a fan base. We're clearly just not in it.
This just kind of missed our Venn diagram of games, which is okay. It's called this is a new thing for us. What's not as new is the God of War. Though this is not about God of War. This is about the developer teasing the first new IP in over 20 years.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I've played almost all of the God of Wars, minus Ragnarok, because I don't have the money for it.
It'd be like that sometimes.
So I was about to say, I don't have a PlayStation, but I remembered it's on PC.
Oh, good. The studio, Santa Monica Studios, known for God of War, is seemingly working on a new IP. The details do remain scarce, but the fact that obviously you're really big into God of War means that the game that's coming out is probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if there's any information.
Still remains a mystery.
There's not much information yet, but we'll keep you updated once we do get more information. Actually, I think that's the last thing we have, because that's just the PlayStation Plus games that we already talked about. So we talked about that last week. So yeah.
I feel like that would be a good cutoff.
Yeah. What do you think about the news we talked about this week, or the little aside adventure we went on about Comic Cons? Is there anyone you'd like to meet at a con, or any game you're excited about coming out that we have not talked about yet? Because there's admittedly a lot, but so we do.
There's a lot.
We do have to kind of pick and choose, but we do want to hear from you on our GFAP socials. We've got all of them. Reach out to us: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of it.
Every last bit of it.
Every last bit of it. Especially if you want to rep the podcast, we do have some cool merch available on that link tree. It's a comfy ass hoodie, just gonna say it. I have my own. Or if you want to talk to me specifically, tell me, how off base or how right on I am about my gaming opinions, I got links right here. I got all the socials. Reach out to me via DM. I do answer them all myself.
When she gets the time. Because, you guys are kind of boring.
Not even.
And all of my links are at Linktree/MuffinSincere. I've got one that goes to Brittany here, because, gotta rep the people.
Support the friendos.
And until next time.
Keep fapping, folks. I'm Britt Rochelle.
And I'm Muffin.
GFAP!